Yo. Yo, what's up, people? Had to stream. Hey, Taylor. Can you hear me? Taylor? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Taylor? Taylor, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. Hold on one second. Let me take this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here, I'll mute you. I gotta get it.
I'm about to hop on a call, but yeah, real quick. I just saw that Eric and joined.
Sorry, guys. I'll be right back. Drop questions below if you have any. I gotta get an adapter. Okay, sorry. Still in the call? Ooh. I get rid of that ugly background. Cancel. No background. Sick. Comments. Hello. Peter's left the room though. Did you ever meet the Dolan twins? Yeah, we were with the Dolan twins. You guys saw the whole YouTube and podcast with them. The YouTube video went crazy. Crazy. You got the official headset back. Sick. Oh, Costas. That's what I needed. All right. Can you hear me? I wonder if this thing even works.
I'm back.
Okay, cool.
I'm back. Na.
Yes. Camera, the front one, fantastic. Okay, can you hear me on here? Great. So my headphones now. Okay, let's go over some topics real quick since I have none. Because today's been wild. A lot is happening.
What?
So much. It's the internet. Especially with the stuff in Kenosha, but
Kenosha. I've been pretty out of the loop.
Kenosha. Nobody knew how to say it.
Kenosha.
There's like an active shooter at the protests. Oh, he's an Illinois resident. That's crazy. Also, guys, we're going to be doing a giveaway over on our Twitter on Friday with Catalyst. They do, when I announce it in the episode, but, a little preview for you guys, more giveaways. We just sent out shoes for our last giveaway that we did on here, but this one's going to take place on Twitter. So go ahead and follow us all on Twitter. Taylor said Taylor offer, group chat, pod 1. We're going to be doing the giveaway on Friday. We're giving stuff away every Friday. So make sure you're over there following us, because if not, you're missing out. What's your preference, Twitter or LinkedIn?
Mine?
Yeah, but I feel like LinkedIn, obviously.
Yeah, what do you think?
Where you get the most reach.
Good. I got 1,000 Twitter followers on the past, probably 3 weeks.
Wow. We just hit 1,000 today. Well, the other day. But
oh, yeah.
what have you been LinkedIning about? What have you been tweeting about?
Same shit. Helping people find jobs. Interesting shit that I find interesting. This one dude challenged me. I could talk about it in that thing, but he said
the tree thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's perfect.
We talk about that. I'm almost at 100,000 on LinkedIn, which is pretty cool. I was at 80,000 last week.
Wow, road to a mill.
Yes, sir. Yeah, pretty much it.
I'm just gonna put it road to a mill. Let's have that be a thing. Road to 1 million followers.
100,000 for sure.
Okay. Road to 100,000 or mill?
Road to 100K.
Okay. And then road to 100K, you're planting trees.
Yeah.
Catalyst giveaway. Let's see what people are saying. Did you see the Dolan twin interview? Got like almost 75,000 views.
That's
on my
awesome.
channel.
Great.
That's
Did it convert to
crazy.
anything?
Even though I get it that they're all their viewers. Huh?
Did it convert to any of that subs?
To a bunch of subs on YouTube, but it didn't really make the podcast itself jump a whole ton. But I mean, if you go into YouTube to watch us, I think we're really going to re-strategize now to more YouTube clips.
Cool. Sounds good.
What else could we talk about? What's I been doing?
I revamped my LinkedIn course and I have a beautiful new landing page and all this content on it. I'll send it to you. It's fucking fire.
Does Parker help out with this at all, or do you guys just
He helps you.
funny?
Yeah. Oh, my dog's barking. 1 sec.
It's okay. It's going on. We're almost there, guys. Audit's coming in shortly.
I got a pretty hard stop in 20 minutes. I got something at 1:30, but
That's fine. We should be able to fire off.
cool. That's right.
I'm just gonna get a couple topics from him, and then we'll talk Twitter, and then go.
Cool. Is anyone watching us live now?
Yeah, we're live on YouTube and Twitch.
You got any followers? Where are the comments?
Seven followers. Are you on comments?
I can't see any comments.
Should be able to see them up in the
Oh yeah, tight.
right-hand side.
They're
Yeah.
making them apart. 17-year-old shooter, yada 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 yada. Dolan twins. Tyler, are you still nailing my boy? Let me get you a fresh cut. Yeah, dude, I need a fucking fresh cut.
Oh, there's Onid. All right.
Sorry, I'm late.
Felt good. Onid, got anything to add to topics? What do you?
Did you
talking
text
about?
topics? I didn't see.
No, I didn't do any. Again, I was just late on them, but we're gonna talk about Taylor's road to 100,000 LinkedIn followers, and he's planting trees. There's a funny story behind that. We're doing a giveaway.
We could talk about the NBA is potentially protesting a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, how's that gonna work?
What's that?
I'm intrigued to how that's gonna work.
Yeah, and then we could also talk about how their wokeness has created ratings. We talked about it on group chat a little. I don't know. Maybe just stay away from that. Just talk about it.
So don't talk about that.
We could talk about the NBA
Protesting. Yeah.
Let's see what else. Let me just go on my Twitter real quick.
I don't know if I want to really talk about like all this shit happening in Wisconsin. I know like many people like live near Kenosha, and one dude like lives in Kenosha that I used to live with, but I don't think there's really much to say besides
It's
the
fucked.
obvious.
Yeah, we should keep it a little lighter.
Yeah, I don't really want to get that serious.
Stock market's on fire.
Yeah, what's
Oh, it would be fun. I don't know if you guys saw Portnoy's video
yeah.
about I knew these Wall Street fucks were up to something all my life. Big houses flying private. I wish I knew this secret so much earlier. Stocks only go up. These fucks don't do anything. Blah blah blah. Just his war against Wall Street suits. Let's do that.
The war against Wall Street, you'd say?
I would say like Dave Portnoy standing up for the common man.
Okay, and then we'll just go into Twitter. So anything interesting you guys have found on Twitter and or LinkedIn?
I grew 1,000 followers on Twitter.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's fun.
What are you doing? Just tweeting similar stuff to LinkedIn?
Controversy, baby.
Controversy.
I'm gonna start posting some threads on how to do threads. to piss off on.
That's honestly that pisses me off when people are like, "Time for a thread."
Yeah, and especially when they call it out ahead of time.
Every time someone puts time for a thread, if you actually read it and you know anything about their subject, it's all bullshit.
Yes.
It's digestible though for the masses.
It's
talk
true.
about
that. Let's see. Hold on. So what are our topics so far? Portnoy. What else?
Road to 100,000. Taylor has this like planting tree story for LinkedIn. We can talk briefly about the NBA protesting. Portnoy sitting there for the common man, and then just hitting Twitter, LinkedIn, funny stuff.
How did last week's do?
Good. We were up to normal numbers, which is great.
Okay. So I think you're going to preface it how we're giving you 10 minutes of digestible news. If you want to hang around for the banter, hang around. But in 10 minutes, we'll give you what you want to hear.
Right. Okay. Are we good?
Gucci.
Yep.
Oh, I gotta grab this. Anna, did you see your Costa?
I did.
Okay, cool. All right, guys, welcome back to Behind Closed Doors. Let's get things cracking. That's going to be my new intro for this. This is Behind Closed Doors, getting you all the information you need to know in less than 10 minutes. We're doing 2 minutes a topic, 4 of the hottest topics we know about right now in our personal lives and in the news. Plus, we dive into everything we see hilarious and interesting on Twitter at the end. So don't miss out. If you want to stay for the hot 10 minutes, do so. But after that, we're going to go into a bit of some banter about our Twitter and LinkedIn. So let's get started right away. Taylor, you had posted this morning on Twitter, which is pretty funny, about a LinkedIn post you had made about a guy who had bugged you over and over again and has now convinced you to post on one of the most popular pages, quote unquote, on LinkedIn. And as a result, he gets what? He starts planting a tree for every like, comment. What had gone down there?
This kid Corey, really cool kid, smart 20-year-old, dropped out of school to make something called Impact Snacks, like a snack that produces or removes more carbon than it produces. So good for the world. And he just hit me up like relentlessly, like over and over and over and over again. And then finally, his Kickstarter launching, and he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna Venmo you $500 to put back our Kickstarter," which is genius. And I got a Venmo for $500. I was like, damn, this kid's legit. Let me see what he's up to. Then he said, if you post on LinkedIn, for every like you get, I'll plant a tree. So I posted that on LinkedIn, and it already has like over 1,000 likes. It should get like 3,000 to 5,000 likes. So this guy's gonna be planting a lot of trees. Super smart guy.
So what's the business he's starting? And
It's
why
called
did he
Impact
Venmo you?
Snacks.
Why did he Venmo you $500?
Venmo me to use the money to go back his Kickstarter.
So he's a hustler. So he's trying to make it look like
yeah, genius.
guy gave $500.
Genius strategy. I did the same thing when I was on Kickstarter. I would Venmo all my friends because you get more backers. So that's like a really good Kickstarter strategy. But even better, he's like, dude, I'll just plant a tree post on LinkedIn. And my post on LinkedIn for him already has over 100,000 views. So great marketing for him.
So what's his business? Impact Snacks does what?
It's like a protein bar that is good for the earth. It removes more carbon than it creates. Super sustainable.
Interesting. Where's he based?
He's based in Boston. He dropped out of school. Let's see. His goal was 20,000 on Kickstarter. Let me pull it up right now and see what he's at. Give me 1 second, because he launched today.
So you're getting some viral tactics from Mr. Viral himself, Taylor.
Yeah. He's like, I get it. I see what you're doing.
He has 17,000 out of his $20,000 goal so far on Kickstarter in day one. Because if you go over Kickstarter in day one, you start trending on their platform and you get pushed even farther. So he's crushing it.
Good for him.
Smart play. Do you think the trees will actually get planted?
Yeah.
How's he going to plant 3,000 trees?
One by one, hand by hand?
Donate to a charity, and X amount of dollars equals X amount of trees planted.
Did it was a big YouTuber that planted like 4 million trees or something like that?
Yeah, Mr. Beast did something massive like that.
Yeah. Incredible. So if you want to plant some trees, there's a little viral tactic right there to get your business started. Just plant some trees and give Taylor $500 on Venmo, and you could have your Kickstarter kicking off on a hot start. So let's move on to the next topic. Again, 2 minutes per topic. Wait for the end because we have a cool giveaway with Catalyst blue light glasses. These little puppies I got going on right here. We're giving 3 away. So wait to the end to find out that giveaway. But let's move on to the NBA protests. I don't know, Anna, you could probably tell me exactly who came out first about this. It sounds like it was the Trailblazers and
No,
Rockets?
no. So, kind of the timeline of events. Obviously, after the mindless, numbing murder that we
Right.
all witnessed on social media in Wisconsin, basically the NBA, every player. Chris Paul was first. He was asked after like a very tight game with the Rockets, asked some question with relation to the game, and he didn't answer it and just went straight into talking about the shooting. LeBron did the same thing. All the stars kind of are like, hey, we came down here for a reason. Social justice was one of the reasons we decided to do the bubble. So we're going to use the platform. Now we're hearing that the Raptors and Celtics, who are the next, they both clinched their series, are supposed to play game one, I think, tomorrow. And they're considering sitting out and protesting, which I don't know how that works. Do you protest the game and then are you just postponing it? So what impact does that have? I know all the players, this is obviously super personal and important to them, but I'm struggling myself. Like, what should they do to actually make change? I don't know if postponing a game that's just going to be played later is the answer.
Right. That was my first question too, is like why it would still get played. I get the issue at hand, but like.
Yeah, I think they're just very, rightly so, just fired up and emotions are running high, and they're trying to figure out the best way. And honestly, I don't know what the answer is. I don't know. It's tough. I know that a lot of the guys in the NBA were part of the protest back in June. Jaylen Brown, Brogdon, a lot of stars. So
didn't Kyrie Irving or Avery Bradley, a couple of players, not even go to the bubble because?
Well, Kyrie was injured, so he wasn't going to go to the bubble. Avery Bradley didn't go, I think, because he has a kid with asthma, I want to say, and he just didn't want to chance it. It's tricky. We obviously all are on the same team here. It's just, how do you actually get the voice out? Because Trump's just using it to his advantage and saying he's law and order. Wisconsin's burning down. Do you want Wisconsin to burn down? So he's completely ignored the murder and is just focusing on the aftermath. Different strategies.
Very odd, especially being from Wisconsin. It's I should be careful when I say this. I'm not saying that I wasn't that surprised by all the events that have happened. Besides areas truly like Milwaukee and Madison, where are far more diverse, these smaller towns like Kenosha and even smaller, this type of shit happens there all the time, as far as like being racially profiled and things of that nature, due to the fact that they aren't very there isn't a whole lot of diversity there. So when I saw this came out about the initial shooting first, it was pretty it wasn't the biggest surprise in the world, but then to have that active shooter in the protest, I'm not surprised one bit. They had similar stuff like that happen in Madison during the protest, people getting run over and so forth. So to say I'm surprised is really not even a big thing, which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a clip on Twitter today, Vince Carter saying that when he goes to pick up his mail in whatever area he lives in, he makes sure he has his license and his phone to go outside if he's throwing out the trash, because he says cops are patrolling, and he's like, I just don't want any problems.
Right. All it takes is for one cop to mess up.
What's that, Taylor?
It's crazy. Someone like Vince Carter, it seems like, everyone even knows who he is. He's still concerned about that.
Yeah, no.
Right.
It's scary, because we have a president right now that just wants to focus on violence and dividing and racism instead of any of the systemic problems we have. So,
right. And it doesn't matter who you are. We even saw with the Raptors owner. Like, how does the Raptors owner in his own stadium get pushed back by a guy and told he can't come onto the floor and so forth, even with the credentials there? So it doesn't matter who you are or how famous you might be. All it takes is for one guy to not have any idea whatsoever, and a result can be like the one we saw in Kenosha.
Yeah.
Wild. Okay, let's keep moving on. In a lighter story and a more funny story, Portnoy, the common man, I think somebody over in the comments over here, if you're not aware, we are live on Twitch and YouTube right now. We are for every episode, so make sure you go over there and check us out. But he said DDTG is up 300,000 today. I'm not surprised. This guy says it's now. He came out on Twitter this morning with a clip saying that this is the easiest thing ever. He gets why all the finance guys do it now and why they have all the money, because it's the easiest way to ever make money. So Anand, you said he nailed it with this. Give me your initial feedback when seeing that clip this morning.
I loved it, and he's absolutely right. Finance is completely a rigged game. He's obviously from New York, so he's been surrounded by Wall Street types his entire career. And I get his frustration, like, because this guy was grinding, like delivering newspapers when he first started, and he was just looking kind of envious of all these suits that are flying private and town cars. And he's like, how the fuck are they doing it while he's grinding and building a real business? And the reality is he's right. Like, Wall Street creates zero value for the most part. They push paper, they trade assets, take management fees, and aren't actually building the businesses. Entrepreneurs are building businesses. Elon Musk is creating value. But the hedge fund that made $10 billion trading Tesla stock is creating zero value. And Portnoy is like finally hit the game. He's like, these guys are fucking morons.
Right. And I love how in a matter of what? He's been trading for maybe 3-4 months.
Probably since April, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And it's only taken him that long to come to this conclusion, which is crazy. And a lot of people never come to it because they never talk about it. So I don't think I've paid attention to the market more now than ever because of him, because of really having more time, per se, on my hands and the advent of Robinhood. It's really opened up the idea of just looking at it and gamified and things like that, where I think more people are actually starting to look at it more. But it's like, what does that result in? Who knows? But it is being talked about more and it's on the forefront.
Stocks only go up.
I will say everyone should be prepared for some sort of pullback. I mean, this is unprecedented. I don't know when.
You've been saying that since it was half of this.
So I actually talked to a hedge fund trader yesterday, and I asked him, I was like, what'd you do with the market? I hadn't spoken with him during the entire pandemic. And he's like, honestly, I was late to the rally. I kind of sat tight and just was like, this is insane. And then just fucking went all in. And he's like, I've had a great year, but be very clear, it's going to fall apart. I don't know when. I don't know if it's before the election, after the election, but I think there is consensus among sophisticated traders that this is at some point going to fall apart. What is the catalyst? Could it be the election? I see one of the questions, if Joe Biden wins the election. I'll tell you this. I've said this on the podcast. If the Democrats win the House, the Senate, and the presidency, the stock market will fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
And you think that's the only sign that we have right now of it falling apart?
I don't think the election's a big one, and it's when the Fed just says we can't print any more money. I don't know. Look, if Trump wins, he'll just bully the Fed. I mean,
if Trump wins 4 more years of rallies, it's only going up.
Yeah, that's probably true. Not even gonna lie.
So nuts. Yeah, because it's interesting. I was talking to somebody yesterday. I was with Tierney at some one of his buddies had some house that he's selling, and there was another guy there, and he was just saying how he's like he thinks Trump is going to run away with it. I was like, I don't know. It seems like every day it changes. Like before the pandemic, clean landslide. Now he's messed up with the pandemic, and the results seem unclear now. So it's like when it comes to election time, it's about to be the most entertaining and interesting time, I think, in modern history, I would say almost.
Wow, the breaking news, the Bucks and Magic, the game was supposed to tip. They boycotted the game.
No way.
Wow.
It's Milwaukee. It's Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I just blanked on that.
Wow.
The tip-off was
so what does that mean? Like they're going to play that same game. It's not like the game is canceled.
That I don't know. But you got to imagine the Bucks were the best team in the NBA. You have the entire state where the shooting happened was probably tuning in, ready to tune in for this game.
Yep.
I don't think anyone else gave a shit about this series other than Bucks fans because they were going to win.
Right.
1-8 matchup. No one cares about Orlando.
Wow.
I got a bold prediction here. The NBA bubble will end. It will not go all the way to playoffs. And
because of social justice?
Not because of Corona, because of social justice.
What do you think it results in, though?
Just nothing. It's just a wash of a season. And
no, but like for them to not come back, I mean, they're going to be like, I have a feeling they're going to say, we want an end result. You have to make this change or we're not coming back to play. And if that ever, until the change is made, but like, what is that final result? And does it get made anytime soon? Or
you know why I think, Taylor, I like the prediction, but I kind of disagree is because LeBron wants to play.
Yeah.
The NBA is a LeBron. It's
as much as he wants to play, though, he doesn't care. He's won his championships. He's been here forever.
Look, there's long-term ramifications if they don't finish the season in terms of salary cap. LeBron understands that. Chris Paul understands that. For all intents and purposes, LeBron calls a shot in the NBA. He's the only one that matters, and I think he has a broader perspective than most. And that if for health reasons only, if health is fine, the season's finishing. LeBron wants to finish.
We'll see.
Interesting.
I like the prediction, though. I like it.
We will see.
We will see. We will definitely see. So that's all we got for the first 10 minutes of this. All the quick information you need with more developing stories. As always, you can get everything broken down and more over at Group Chat, everywhere you listen to podcasts. Plus, we're on YouTube. So you can check us out there. We're going to be doing more clips and other things on YouTube as well soon. So always make sure you stay focused on that. Now into our Twitter. I'm going to call this Twitter/LinkedIn segment now because Taylor's huge on LinkedIn, a lot going on there, and we're all very active on Twitter. So
follow us on Twitter.
Yes.
At Taylor Offer, is that your?
Yeah, Taylor Offer, and then I think we're Group Chat Pod 1. What's up with getting Group Chat Pod?
_Murthy.
_.
Who's on in Murthy? Why'd you do _?
Someone jacked it before me, and I was an early Twitter user too. It's fucked up.
Way fucked up. Still waiting on somebody who knows somebody from Twitter to get us a plug on the Group Chat because the other one is just a spam account. So if you know somebody, please let us know. We're trying to get in touch with them without being weirdos that are just DMing them. But anywho, let's jump into the Twitter segment. You guys see anything crazy lately on Twitter and or LinkedIn?
Morning Brew crushes us on Twitter. I've been following them and all their employees. They're good.
Toby's incredible.
I feel like their whole company, they sit around on Twitter all day. It's pretty wild. Like the time they put into that, which is interesting how it seems like all their employees are just on Twitter all day.
That's always like my curious question is like, even though you pay people, like what does that really result in? That doesn't really result in dollars for them per se, but it's like, is that what positions have just become now? It's just like, you're our Twitter guy. I need you to sit on Twitter all day, every day, and just be as relevant as possible.
I think it's less of one Twitter guy. It's all their employees are active there all day. Like, it seems like there's a strategy of like, in their job description, spend 2 hours on Twitter just trolling all day or just posting shit, which is really interesting. And it shows you, like, I mean, media companies, their employees are the media of the company, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah. I do. Go ahead, Anand.
I want everyone to follow. I think we talked about this on one of the episodes. At Pomp, POMP. He's a crypto Twitter guy. His, I think now wife, is the one who writes term sheet for Fortune every day, or she used to. She just like gave up that gig. So she's famous in the tech world. He's famous in crypto world. He's mastered kind of going viral on Twitter. He has his brother, his younger brother. I think you follow him, Taylor, because I think I saw you comment on one of them, Josh Pompliano.
Yeah, he does. He's a thread king.
He's a thread king, does sports, and they have this whole racket. He had 0 followers like a month ago, and I think he's already 30,000 followers. So he does his threads. His brother retweets it, comments on it, and says, fire, fire, fire. His brother's wife tweets it, comments on it, fire, 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 and everything just goes fucking viral.
The ultimate hack. It's all hacks. That's all it is.
That's what Twitter used to be, these tweet decks. They got shut down a while ago, but this is probably 3 or 4 years ago. There's all these hackers. Well, first of all, if you're early on Twitter, I just never cared about the platform, but I know a lot of people that are growing massive following there because you could follow an unlimited amount of people. So like this guy, Marquise Trill, for example, if you go check him out, I think he has like 3 million followers, but he's following like 3 million people.
Yeah.
You have these bots just go follow everyone and they'd follow, 100,000 people a day. And then you get, if 10% followed you back, that's 10,000 new followers a day. So that was the beginning hack. But then they'd all use tweet decks. And to be in the tweet deck, you had to have a large following. You have to
define a tweet deck.
It's just like a group of people who retweet other. It's like a massive circle jerk. You just have to retweet everyone's content, so you grow everyone else. Exactly. Because if you have a couple accounts with big followings, it's pretty easy to build them up.
Yeah, so I've been on Twitter, I think year 1 or 2, and I was always cautious of tweeting a lot because it was looked at like, especially within the tech world when I was actively tech investing, I didn't want any of my tweets to cause me to lose a deal. Like, oh, that guy's fucking crazy. Don't let him invest. But now at this point, we've realized in 2020, you can say anything and it doesn't fucking matter.
Thanks to Donald.
Yeah, in 2012, 2011, I was much more cautious of anything I tweeted or said.
I actually deleted my Twitter about 5 years ago. Yeah, it was about like 5 or 6 years ago. I deleted my Twitter because A, I was spending too much time on it. B, I didn't want to get canceled for any like possible job applications. So even like going private or anything like that, I didn't think I had anything bad. It was just like funny, stupid shit I was doing with my friends.
Yeah.
But just deleted it all together and really haven't had a Twitter since.
Yeah, same. I thought of Twitter as a liability, not an asset for the longest time.
Huge.
Yeah, I used it just to consume news and kind of be up to date on all the things I cared about. And for sports, it's awesome. Like watching a game that really matters to you and then following Twitter, if you're following like the relevant parties, is incredible. During college football, NFL, Super Bowl, whatever, NBA, you get a lot of tidbits that you wouldn't get anywhere else. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the activity portion of the actual app itself. But it was weird. I always thought it was funny how kids like would go private, especially on Instagram, because they would always have their drunk posts on Instagram. Yeah. But then they would go private so that employers couldn't see them. But then they just started finding ways around them. And I was just like, why are you even posting that anyways? I was left mine public and just kept all that stuff off there. I'm like, you don't even need to have that. Like, what is even the point?
You know what's funny is, to show my age, when I was at SC, Facebook had just launched in 2004. And USC, I think, was one of the first 20 universities. So it started at Harvard. You needed .edu. So Harvard, and then all the Ivy Leagues came on. USC was probably pretty shortly thereafter. And it was nuts what we were posting on Facebook back then. Yeah. It was just drunk photos. Everyone's blacked out. You're like drawing on people. Like, just like, it's crazy.
Yeah. And the words that were used.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if we had any bit, if we shared status updates any way we did back in like 02, 03, whenever that was, that Facebook first took off? It's terrible. It's horrible. It's unreadable.
You know what's really crazy about back then in 05, 04, 05, even probably up until 07, 08?
Yeah.
You could fucking message Zuck and he'd respond.
Really?
Like he wasn't the legend he is now, but like he was just like a founder that.
I guess it was always the thing to add him as a friend, wasn't it?
Yeah. You wanted to add him, and because he just cared about his product, so he would like listen to all the feedback. Like my friend has an email because when we were at SC, he was abroad in London, and there was a bunch of Ivy League kids that all had Facebook, and he was like, "Fuck, this is awesome." And he has an email thread with Zuck saying, "Can you get USC on? This is such a cool product." Like he was.
That's crazy.
Well, it's hard to forget that Zuck was just that scrappy college kid.
Yeah. No, it's insane. And I think we've talked about this on the podcast. D has a very good friend from back in the day, top 10 employee at Facebook, and would literally sleep on D's couch when he came to LA when he worked at Facebook, because Facebook wasn't this like big bad company at the time that had all this money. Right. And he had God mode. And this is during the 08 Olympics in Beijing when Michael Phelps was like everything that anyone talked about and winning all the gold medals. And he would show D God mode, like go into Phelps's profile and see all the messages he was getting from girls and shit.
Oh, I remember you guys telling me about that. That's so crazy.
That's insane. I've heard stories about Uber employees messing around with God mode too, and just watching where everyone was going at all times.
Yeah, you know who's hooking up to do, right? At 3 a.m. Why are you going to this girl's apartment? Why are you going here?
It's crazy that you think that you're so secure with what you're doing and it's private, but it's so not at any time. It's pretty wild. I remember even we had a live chat on Feet's website for a while, and like on the live chat on my end, I could see what someone was typing before they push enter. So I could see someone typing like, I'm thinking of like, I need a refund on this one. And they'll like delete it. But like, actually, is there any way you could do this? It's like, you could just see every keystroke whenever you're on any app, like even shit you don't even send. Like every single thing you do on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anywhere online is tracked.
Wait, this is on live chat?
On live chat, yeah. Any of the Shopify live chat plugins, if you use any of them, you could see everything. But I'm saying nothing you do is not tracked online. And I think too many people think that they're safe and private.
Yeah, it's like in 2020.
And there is always some creepy employee or somebody just checking in on.
Yeah, no, in 2020, we're in a surveillance state. Everything we do is watched. Where you walk, where you type, where you do anything, you go to any city, there's cameras anywhere. So if you think you're getting away with shit, and it's impossible. It's like if you were to walk down Wilshire, I'm looking at Wilshire right now, every building has security cameras. Every building is tracking every corner because of security reasons. You will be tracked either by companies, government, or private internet companies as well.
Yeah, and all like even I think most people don't even know this. If you go to your if you could Google your if you go on your Google account, you can look at location history, and Google probably has your point of where you were exactly on a map every single minute for the past 10 years of your life. They know it.
So
exactly
does Apple.
You're at.
Yeah, Apple does the same thing. They trace everything in your location thing. So people it came up on like Twitter and Instagram stories one day. I had seen it, but people were getting caught cheating in that because it would track your location.
Yeah.
So women were just like hacking to be like, where were you last night? And they would lie and go back and check the tracing.
Dude, I still have so many friends who have shared the location with me over iMessage and just never unshared it. So if I go to find my friends, I have like 10 friends, and I like it's where they are at all times. I'm like, bro, you want to take that down. They don't even know.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Just don't do shady shit.
Just don't do shady shit. That's all you got to do. Just don't do it online. You know what I mean? Just
No,
try not to
even
have
if
it
you do it-
documented.
If you do it in person, you're still tracked too.
Yeah, because your phone is tracking you.
And listening to you.
It really is. You can't get away with anything then nowadays.
Dude,
You should know that by now.
another good one. We had a party before, and we had an Alexa, and it got stolen. So this person stole the Alexa. We're trying to figure out who stole it. It got plugged into a new address. Alexa saves the recordings of what's going on. So like if anytime the word Alexa comes up or whatever, you could hear them talking or you could hear who it was. And we recognize the person's voice. So like, hey, Alexa, play this. And on our Alexa account, we could hear all those actual recordings.
Jesus. Alexa's dangerous. I don't know why anyone would have one of those in-home devices like that.
I literally just said Alexa, and the Alexa in our kitchen just started talking to me.
I'm telling you, they're straight listening. I've had people report and say that they had their Alexa just started taking pictures of them. All of a sudden, it was just like ka-ching, 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 and they're like, what the heck is going on? And the Alexa is just taking photos.
It's wild. My Alexa literally just started playing music. Alexa, turn off.
Yeah, and especially if you have a kid, because we have all these baby cams and shit. Imagine all the data they have about my entire place.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And you know that's all going to the cloud somewhere. And there's a bunch of employees that have access to that if they want to check in on something.
Yeah. You could ruin people's lives very easily.
All right. Anything else on we got on Twitter or LinkedIn for that matter?
That's it for me.
One interesting thing I saw was $1 million was left at TSA security in 2019.
What does that even mean?
And across the U.S., like people leaving $1, $2 in like the and what was collected from TSA security is $1 million across the country.
Fuck.
And only what's interesting to me about that is only 90,000 of it was coins. So that means the majority, 90% of it was actual dollar bills and $5 bills, $20 bills. Like,
Yeah,
that's
but think about the volume of people going through TSA, the people that lose their wallets or stuff. That doesn't seem that crazy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if one idiot loses like $2,000, you get closer to $1 million.
If the guy that bought my car, I don't know if I told you guys this story, but the guy that bought my Slingshot, my little 3-wheel car that I sold, he flew in from Vegas and with all cash, and he came with a backpack full of cash, and I picked him up from the airport, and he just gave me a backpack full of cash for the car. So
Which car was this?
The 3-wheel car, the Slingshot.
And what'd you do with the cash?
I put a deposit in the bank.
How much was it?
10 grand cash. It was so funny because I
Why would you deposit that? Now you have to pay taxes on it. Because they have to report it. The bank reports over 10K. 10K is actually the limit. I think it's $9,999.
I'll have to look into that.
You should have used it and never taken out your credit card for the next year for dinners and this and that.
It's not worth the pain. I hate cash. I literally hate cash.
I hate cash so much.
40% of it away. You should have given it to me. I would have bought your cash for $8,000. You're just only getting $6,000.
I would have lost 20%. That's stupid.
You're gonna lose 40% now.
No, I got some big write-off.
How good would that have been if I paid him $8,000 for 10,000?
I have all my XPXU.
That's good.
That broke
too wow. Okay.
Mag tattoo. Yes, it's Mav. M-A-V. Someone's asking. I don't know how you could see it.
Okay. That's gonna do it for Behind Closed Doors. We're going to wrap up here with our live stream on YouTube and Twitch. So if you're not there with us right now, make sure you come in and chime in with us every Wednesday. We're going live right around 2. Stay up to date on Twitter by following us there, and you will always get updates on when we're going live, what we're doing, and giveaways. So as I promised, wherever I put them, they're right here. So check this out. These little glasses right here by Catalyst. So our friends at Catalyst sent a handful of them, their blue light glasses, over to us to try out. And we absolutely love them. They have a wallet and a hat as well. We're going to send out 3 of these. So make sure you go follow us on Twitter. We're going to be doing a giveaway Friday on that. So all you have to do is like and retweet the tweet. And if you're already following us, you're already have a chance to win. So look out for that over on our Twitter. Follow Taylor at Taylor Offer, on it @Murthy. That's going to do it for us.
Wait,
Thanks
real quick.
Coming. Yes.
I'm reading right now. Selling a vehicle you don't pay taxes when you sell a car. If you spend blah, blah, blah on a car and then you sell it, it's not considered, you don't pay taxes on it.
Is that true? Let's go. What's the
Google.
Wait, what'd you Google?
Do you pay taxes when selling your car?
Do you pay taxes when
I don't think you pay taxes on when you sell it.
You pay taxes when you sell a house.
I think the guy that buys it pays taxes. You pay taxes on buying it.
If it's for a profit.
Which I didn't. I lost $3,000 on it.
So then that's why you don't have to pay taxes.
Yeah. But I remember when I have bought cars in the past from someone, like when I bought this car, the price I bought it for, like you could ask them to like write a lower price and pay less taxes. I think the buyer pays taxes.
Got it.
Cool. All right. Good stuff.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Guys.
Bye, everyone.
Boom.